Hi, I'm Andrew Berman from the Mortgage News Network, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, here at NAMMBA's Connect 2018. And I got Christine Beckwith, who is the National Vice President of Realtor and Sales for AnnieMac. Christine, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here this year.
So listen, you've really kicked butt with your career. You know, you've done some unbelievable things. Made it to some national positions. Worked for some great companies. Obviously, great company now that with AnnieMac. But you've overcome some great obstacles. Some might say it's because you're a woman in a male-dominated industry. It's almost like you've ignored that fact. But I want to know what you've done, to overcome any specific obstacles that were there because you're a woman.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, my career this year in July spans 30 years. It's hard to believe. So I officially started lying about my age this year. That said, I will say that my first glass ceiling break occurred in 2003. And so you asked for me to give an example of overcoming odds. I would say it's then. I became a district manager then for H&R Block Mortgage. I was one of 14 district managers. The other 13 were men. All the managers above me were male. At the time, we had about 1,900 salespeople nationally. I would say that we had about 3% women salespeople. So I was managing a large contingency of men as well. So again, I would say that I really ignored the facts that, I'm a person that loves what I do. Yeah. So I get asked a lot, now having spanned that time frame as a female executive and now with AnnieMac for 11 years, I say to women this: deliver results. The thing that I can stand behind is nobody can strip me away from my sales wins. I've been an originator, I've been a branch manager, a district manager, a regional, and I have been performing for my entire sales career in the top 5% of every company that I've worked for. I've won some prestigious national awards. I definitely network very heavily, and I put myself out there. So while I don't stand on a pulpit necessarily saying I am woman, hear me roar, I say I am a person just like everybody else. I'm going to compete. Don't let me start from the woman's tee in a competition, because if I win fair and square, I want bragging rights. But deliver results. Deliver results. Don't ask for exceptions. Behave respectfully. I think there's a lot of compromise that's made with the way that we carry ourselves. I don't hide, who I am. I'm a real person. Of course, I act in public, appropriately and privately, I would say as well. But there's a big spotlight on me to make sure that obviously I'm delivering results. I will say this: my record stands for itself. I have helped AnnieMac reach superior financial success. We're one of the top 10 medium financial sector mortgage companies, and I couldn't be more proud of the work that I've done. So I hope I see more women in the ranks, and I certainly welcome women to our company, and we have a lot of them, very successful.
So, listen, I'm going to jump topics here because I've been wondering this. So I saw you on the panel yesterday, the authors panel. How are you doing this, and achieving the success? And you wrote 2 books. How did you find the time actually to write 2 books, which I just started digging into one book last night. So how did you find the time to do that?
Sure. So, I would say that I use every single second of my hours to maximum capacity. And I think this is what I'm going to tell you. I am working. So I'm here to talk about business planning. I'm going to be speaking on Saturday, everybody, at 3 o'clock, and I hope you will come see me. I get asked most to speak about this because I wrote about the 7 core philosophies, which is in Wise Eyes. I learned about these, by the way, in New York City from some amazing giants that have run companies: Jack Welch, Rudy Giuliani, Colin Powell, Richard Branson from Virgin. I got elected to be in an executive group that did some power training about 20 years ago. I've applied those 7 core philosophies to all the sales management that I've done to success. So I'm working a business plan right now, to answer your question, and I have, because of my age and time in the business, an exit strategy that's about the next 10 years, and one of them was launching books. I publicly speak. It's obviously a takeaway for people that listen to me in any setting, and I have put in the book, I would say 80% of my best sales tactics, so I don't give it all away, because I'm still in the trenches of management. And I worked to write on weekends and, evenings. And I did, Wise Eyes took me 10 years to write. And I wrote on planes when I was flying in between things. Clear Boundaries, I wrote because of the emotional motivation in like 4 months of weekends and evenings.
So listen, I want to wrap this up, but can you just talk a little bit about Clear Eyes? I think that's
Yeah.
an important message.
Yeah.
I think
Clear Eyes or Clear Boundaries?
I'm sorry, Clear Boundaries. Clear Boundaries. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Apropos. Clear Boundaries, yes. Clear Boundaries, I wrote, it's a women's safety book, and it has everything in it from cyber safety to hotel safety, taxi safety. I travel. I'm a traveling businesswoman. I've come across a lot of harmful situations. But the truth is, when I started my career in banking on the teller line, I had a coworker be abducted and murdered. And then this Nikki Evangelist from Massachusetts. Over the 30 years, I thought, I should do something. And then, to my horror, on December 30th, AnnieMac lost one of our female employees to murder as well. She left the evening, Friday evening on the 30th. Her name is Colleen Brownell. She's an amazing woman. She worked in our compliance department, and she was murdered in a domestic dispute situation. And it motivated me to put this book out because I realized there was a real need. So I hope I'm going to save lives with it. We donate money to Colleen's Trust in it, and it really will give tips to women on how to stay safe. So it's a feel-good thing, and it's a legacy thing for me, so I feel good about that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for
Thank
stopping
you for
by.
having me.
I'm Andrew Berman from the Mortgage News Network. Thank you for watching.
This is Mortgage News Network.